first investigator you need to hear from and about Jack Pott. Jack is very well known in some quarters. He is a recognized authority on sperm migration in Western Europe.
That's true, boss. I actually got interested in that because sadly, my boys don't migrate very far, so I wanted to study possible ways of improving my migration patterns, and so I focused on Western Europe.
How is that coming? Or however you reacted.
Sadly, I have not seen much improvement.
I see. Well, one area where you have improved not only the lives but the wardrobes of others is in your work as a jazz industry wardrobe consultant. Just exactly what does a consultant like that do?
Pretty much I advise them what not to wear. For instance, you don't wear jazz being jazz. You don't want to match anybody else in the band, or even match.
Right. No uniforms.
No, yeah, and then you also, I won't name any names, but several pianists I knew wanted to play in Speedos. And then my most famous case is probably Art Tatum-Totter, who wanted to play in a full-on Catgirl costume, and I advised him against that. I think that probably saved his career.
You also saved the career of Ornette Coleman Stove, as I recall, because...
Well, that's true, but I try not to brag too much.
Oh, okay. You have served as you are now president emeritus of the Frog Leg Debt Rehearsal Group. Just exactly what does that group do? Or I mean, what do you do for that group?
Well, I counsel people on that they're surely heading into debt as the year goes on, and some of them are a little bit uncomfortable with what that entails, so I advise them to borrow up to the maximum amount you're allowed and then don't pay it back.
I see. You have a current book. We've got a slide. We show you the cover of that book, A Podiatrist Looks at the Supreme Court. Now, I've read part of it. I kind of stopped reading because, you know, a lot of people have opinions about the Supreme Court these days, but this book seems to be just about you picking up some guy who said he wanted to go to Washington.
Yeah, he pretty much just wanted to see the Supreme Court, but I told him what he needed to focus on when he went there. He needed to stay on his toes, put his best foot forward, and you know, properly enjoy the Supreme Court.
Probably tough advice for a podiatrist type of a person, I guess. You know...
Admittedly, that advice was a little bit corny, but
okay,
I still think it was sound.
I have discovered that one of your interests, I don't know if you want to call it a hobby or an interest, you are trying to figure out who actually wrote Shakespeare's plays, and you have now decided that you know who it is?
Yes, it's Dolores Gibbons, pardon me, who's a housewife from Detroit, and she's actually 750 years old, but doesn't look a day over 135.
So she was around during.
Yeah, she was around during that time, and in fact, what led me on to being suspicious about her was she, you know, back many years ago, she had an older dog named Spot. She would want to send him out to do his business, and he was very stubborn, so he didn't want to go out. So she would come up to him and out, damn Spot. So that light bulb went off in my head.
Ah, fascinating. I bet a whole lot of amateur Shakespeare sleuths never thought of that.
Well, but that's why you pay me the big bucks, boss.
Well, big in contrast with some fourth world economies.
Right.
Okay.